Hey Wayne, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
All right, as far as I know.
Good.
How are things going?
Pretty good.
All
I
right.
look, I thought things were going to be picking back up, but we had a show this weekend at the fairgrounds, NC State Fairgrounds. It went pretty good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but all the rest of them that we were going to have later this month into May, it looks like they're postponing those. So
Oh boy. Who is
yeah,
putting these on? Different groups?
yeah, different groups.
Okay.
Um, so like the one this weekend was the Ideal Southern Ideal Home Show.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've
Yeah,
heard of that. Uh-huh.
yeah, I think it's put on by is it Marketplace Events or something like that, I believe.
Yeah, they're big. That's a big show.
Hmm.
Usually every year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There was one in Richmond that was coming up. They put it on too. They had postponed it till next year.
Huh.
And there's just all the festivals and shows just keep getting delayed. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I know that's frustrating when you're trying to get going.
yeah, it's all right. But I mean, we're still hanging in there. So that's the plus side. We're still doing decent with all this going on. So I know when it comes back, we'll be good.
Yeah. Are you have you made any headway in package changes or any of that kind of stuff?
So I took the feedback we got from and his name's leaving my brain
Andy.
right this second. Andy,
Andy
thank you.
Kurt.
Yep. And I gave it to the girl who's working on those for us, and she has not. She was on vacation for 1 week, and she's got other things going on and whatnot. So she's kind of helping me out on the cheap, so I can't complain too
Understand.
much.
Yeah,
But
I understand.
but yeah, she ain't got back to me yet. I'm hoping in the next week or two that we get some sample bags, get them in and kind of test out what it looks like with our product in it, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, good. Well, that'll
Yeah.
help. That'll
Yeah.
help.
Yeah. Andy gave me some really, really good information, and I enjoyed the class last week when he led it.
Yeah, he's a real good guy. He's very humble and
Mhm.
wants to help, and but he is insanely busy. So
Yeah.
that's the downside. But why have someone on there who's not that great? Just because they're not busy. So I figured if I could get him, it would be worth it. Even though I knew it'd be hard to nail him down.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I think I got a lot out of it.
Good, good. And he made the offer to feel free to reach out.
Mhm.
So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Yeah, he had told me when we had the one-on-one to keep them posted how things were going, and when we got the new bag, send them um, the mock-up or whatever, what it looked like, and that kind
Oh,
of stuff.
good, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's great. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, how are you today? Hi, Karen.
Hi
Hey, I'm
there.
good. How's everybody doing?
So
We're
far, so
good.
good. Did it rain here this weekend? I wasn't here this weekend.
I wasn't either.
Do you know,
It
Tom, did
rained.
it rain?
It rained in Greenville during the night Saturday night. I woke up yesterday and everything was wet, and a lot of pollen washed away, thankfully.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's a good thing.
still a lot out there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Same here in Goldsboro.
yeah, that's good. So we'll wait. We'll wait we're still a little bit early. I'll wait a few more minutes here. Today I'm going to talk about exporting, and I'm going to have some examples of some different ways you can go about that, and hopefully it'll be helpful. It's this is our last week of class, so Thursday is technically our last class, and we're going to have a speaker on that day. So I guess Wednesday will be our last regular day, so to speak. So that's just something to keep in mind. And I think that when the class ends, you guys are welcome to sit in on any classes going forward, or use the ones that are recorded. We start again, I think, 1st of May, for another 10 weeks. And, we'll probably be doing a lot of the same things. There might be a few things different, but everyone is welcome to sit in and participate, and maybe things that you missed or you want to get additional on, or and then the other thing I want to do is I want to get your all's feedback. I'm going to hopefully get a survey done that will go out to everybody, and you can opine as to what you feel about the class and your experience, and what was good and what could be better, type of thing. So hopefully I'll be able to get that accomplished. How you doing, Zach?
Doing well, yourself, Dennis?
Good, man. Sorry I couldn't get together.
Hey, you came to town to see family. I understand.
Yeah, my brother-in-law is really sick. He's got a real bad problem. So it was pretty rough, and to just get some time with him was really a blessing in a lot of ways. He suffers from cluster headaches, which are make migraines look like a picnic. And in addition to that, he has there's a particular type of cluster headaches called a refractory headache, and that's what he has. So it's the worst of the worst. And so he only comes kind of to it every once in a while. We were lucky to be able to have some time with him. He had a little break in the action on Saturday, so it worked out pretty well. But
I'm glad you got up.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Only about 300,000 people get this, and of the 300,000, 290,000 get what are called episodic. So they'll go through a period where they'll have these, and then they'll go long periods of time when they don't have them. And then they have people who are chronic, and they get them every day. And then the people who have refractory get multiple every day. And so he hasn't not had a headache in more than 2 years. It's nuts. It's nuts. And he has to put on an oxygen mask. It's all this incredible process. There's no medication for it, nothing that eases the pain, or it's really a crazy, crazy thing. So he's something else, man. I tell you, he's had it now for 3 years, and I don't know how the hell he does it. I'd be curled up in a ball in a corner crying, wah, 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 but somehow he does it. I don't know how he does it. It's remarkable. So
Makes you really appreciate good health.
Boy, it's the truth, especially as you get older, you just never know. I mean, what weird thing might come out of nowhere, right, Karen? You're just bopping along, and the weirdest thing you can possibly imagine happens, or to someone you love, and you just, I don't know, just have to keep on trucking, I guess. I don't know. I've given up trying to figure it out. I just try to be ready for it as much as I can, try to be as smart as I can about my own health. And that's I don't know what else you can do, really. Put on a helmet, I guess, and some kind of suit, and walk around like that, I suppose.
Yeah.
So okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. We I'm sure we'll have more folks coming today. And so today I'm going to talk about exporting, and it's going to be kind of sort of oriented toward China, but that's only because the company that I'm talking to about all of this, that's where they are, but they also are global. It's not just China, but a lot of the material kind of focuses on China. So we'll kind of go through that. So don't hesitate with any questions you might have. I'm gonna share my screen here, hopefully. There we go. And
Dennis, is there a good export to Canada?
yes, there are lots of different ways. I think there's, especially with agricultural products, I think
Right,
the North Carolina Department of Agriculture has an office for that. And I'll get you the name of that person. And there's
okay, right,
also another group that's technically a public-private partnership between the state of North Carolina and businesses. I think it's called EDP or something like that.
uh-huh,
And I'll get you those names too. That's an office that is supposed to help North Carolina companies figure out how to export and actually provide money and training and all that kind of stuff.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'll connect you to them.
They're nearby.
Yeah. So one of the things I'm going to start off, hopefully you all can see my screen.
Yes,
Okay, good. And it says
Yes.
20% off our entire collection. You see that?
yes. Mhm.
Okay, so one of the things that that I wanted to reinforce with everybody is when you're a small kind of startup or somebody with a website maybe for the first time, or in some level you feel like you're just kind of small and starting up, that a lot of this stuff doesn't really apply. And I'm going to poke a hole in that thinking today. So this is a company here called Earthen Skincare. Pretty standard website. They sell products. This is a guy. They're just a small company. I don't know the whole story. They're up in New York somewhere, up in the rural area of New York. But he does a pretty good job. He's got I think it's a nice looking website. It's a Shopify website. He's
Mhm.
got, a message from him. He's got the reviews, which we talk about. And he's got a variety of products here that I'm pretty sure they manufacture, or maybe they buy. I don't know where they get their products from, and some testimonials. And they have a blog where they talk about stuff, and really kind of I don't know, standard, I guess, e-commerce website for most people. Wouldn't you agree?
Mhm. Yes, I think this looks good.
Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you if I can do this with any luck. Okay, so here is the website for this company only in China and on a global basis. And this website actually will translate the website to whatever language the people are that are accessing it. So you can see up here, it says English, and I can change all this. I can change my ship to and the language, etc. This website is put together by a company called Alibaba. And you may have heard of Alibaba. They've been in the news lately for a variety of reasons, but they're essentially the Amazon of China. They're a very large e-commerce player, but they're very different than Amazon in the sense that they don't sell anything themselves. They are just a marketplace. That's all they do. They don't ship stuff. They don't stock stuff. They just run these marketplaces. And I'm going to show you two of their kind of marketplaces today. And really my only goal is to just show you what's possible. I'm not trying to convince you to do anything. I'm just trying to raise awareness. So this site here that you're seeing is actually designed to be a business to business site as opposed to business to consumer. So in this case, this individual, choose your language, all these kinds of things. They're trying to sell their products wholesale to retailers on a worldwide basis. Okay, this particular one, I believe, emphasizes China, but their goal is to sell their products in a number of countries, and it doesn't mean every country. It could just be some. There's all kinds of control on this, and as you can see up here, there's a lot of little things: sourcing solutions, how to find suppliers by region. Here's different services that they can provide you. Logistics, pay later, just all kinds of services. And Alibaba, that's what they do. They supply access to all kinds of services when you go to sell in other countries. My main point in showing you this is just a small website. This is not a giant international company doing this. This is a one-man band, small guy selling products on his website. And by working with Alibaba, Alibaba actually builds this website for you. That's what one of the things they do. You don't have to do this multi-language website. They will do that for you. And they charge a fee, and I'll go over that in a minute. So the point here is there is opportunity for you to take your existing business and try selling in other parts of the world. China happens to be a very hot market, but so is India, so is Western Europe, parts of Latin America, parts of Mexico, parts of Canada, etc. So this is just really intended to orient you toward how that might work in this particular case. And one of the things I really like is the fact that they build this website for you, and they build all of the things that you need in order to sell in any particular country, which saves a lot of time. They actually have people who you can reach out to, like a team that will work with you on exporting and answering your questions and helping with logistics and all that kind of thing. So I just wanted to show you that. So we'll just look at one of the product categories. So here, for example, this is an exfoliant. So it kind of a little bit to me looks like an Amazon.com page, I think, is the way I would look at this. But notice some of the things that are on here. First of all, they have a minimum order quantity where you have to buy at least 6 packs of this exfoliant. You can't just buy one like you would with a consumer site. They also have underneath here, you'll see this trade assurance, which gives you different protection in various countries and various laws. And you also see that there are shipping options with Alibaba Freight and payments using Visa, MasterCharge, or American Express in this particular case. This company, for whatever reason, is a gold supplier. I don't know exactly what that means. My guess is they respond quickly and they ship fast or whatever. I'm not really sure. But this is the type of thing that a wholesale buyer would see and would be able to contact the supplier, would be able to call the supplier or Alibaba, and has a live chat, which is run by Alibaba. That's their service that they provide. So you don't have to stay up all night answering calls from China. But you can see here, they have a little bit of a company profile. They have 5 to 10 employees, no certifications. They make their own products, blah, 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 blah. Cruelty-free, herbal, just kind of comes from the USA. And the other thing that Alibaba has is you can specify where the suppliers are located. So for example, you could use Alibaba if you wanted to buy wholesale, and you could specify that you just want to buy from USA. You don't want to buy from other countries, and they will only show you USA suppliers. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So anyway, I think it's kind of cool. Any questions about that? Thoughts?
That's pretty cool. I think I've seen them before when I was working with China. It just kept popping up on my email because I'm a little dense and didn't pay attention to it, but now I understand what it's all about. It's it's kind of another showcase for products, wholesale.
This is really like a trade show, right? It's really a virtual trade show, and it's in every country in the world. That's the thing to remember, right? It's not just in China. Cool. It's everywhere. So you can try different product sets, for example. Maybe you want to try some subset of your products or certain ones of it. But it's a whole world. I just really wanted to introduce it to you. Now, to get on here, and needs to be confirmed, but it's something like $2,500 in the first year, and then $1,500 a year after that. And I believe we can give you back $1,000 of that. I'm not sure. I'm still working on that. Something like that. Okay. So essentially $1,500 a year is the cost of this platform. And all of that includes everything here, build the website, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. And it really puts you in a position. So if you, let's say you're talking to somebody and, you know, like Karen asked about Canada, you know, you just send them here. This is your global platform to do business with people anywhere in the world. It doesn't have to be your Shopify site. You don't have to deal with money transitions and all that kind of stuff. You can deal with the country that you want to deal with. This platform is designed to be your global platform for everything that in the B2B space. So I just wanted to, and I'll put links to this in here. What I've tried to do with these guys, it's a little bit complicated, but I've tried to become a partner of Alibaba, which means that they'll give me like a rebate for everyone that signs up, and I can pass that on to you guys. So I thought that was a pretty good thing, but it's taken a really long time. And I don't know exactly why. We're kind of a strange beast. We're not a corporation. We're kind of this quasi part of ECU and quasi part of God knows what. So I think they're having a hard time figuring out what the hell we are. But the woman keeps reassuring me that I'm going to get some kind of contract. So that's good. Let's see. Somebody is asking a question. Let me see if I can figure out how to answer.
Yeah.
it.
So,
Wayne, why don't you just go ahead and ask, because I can't seem to figure out where you are.
okay. So I just, you know, we do food products. So does Alibaba help you with as far as any different labeling or anything you have to do with
Yes.
these other countries, or whatever information you have to provide, that kind of stuff?
Everything. Turnkey.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
what they tell me. Of course, when you go through it, you can let me know if it's true.
Okay.
But they claim, you know, to do everything. They don't want you to go to anyone else. They want you to go to them. That's their whole concept, if that makes sense.
Yep. Okay.
Did they take a percentage of anything,
Isn't
Dennis?
that terrible? I don't know that. I don't think so. I think if it is, it's like a little tiny credit card type fee, nothing significant. They really
Yeah.
don't want to be in your business, but I think there might be like a 0.01 transaction fee or something really low. I
Uh-huh.
think it might be put on by the Chinese government. In the case of China, I don't know about the other countries, but they're really not into taking pieces of your business. They much rather just be a marketplace, and they charge you that fee so that they don't have to charge you a percentage. That way,
Right.
they've kind of got it figured out, if that makes sense.
Yes. Did you by chance ever look into, because I haven't done anything yet, and I think, listen, guys, with the Department of Agriculture, they're offering, if you do the Flavors of Carolina in August this year, and Dennis, this is from Kathy Ma,
Yeah,
the Flavors of of the Carolinas. Arrange Me. Remember I mentioned that name about a week or two ago?
yes,
Arrange Me.
yep,
Apparently, y'all, they are with the Department of Ag, specialty foods. You got to be a member of the Specialty Foods Association for North Carolina. They will they have made arrangements with Arrange Me for a year for free advertisement and et cetera, and that's for wholesale. Groceries go to that, and a lot of buyers go to that to look at the product. Same thing as this app, Alibaba,
Great.
but it's US, but it's just, I don't know enough about it, Dennis, to say. I think
Well,
it's,
Range Me is intended to go to grocery store buyers, right? It's a
Yes.
kind of their focus. So if you want to
That's
be
what
in a
I-
grocery store shelf, then Range Me is lined up for that. I don't think they have this company is more of a marketplace
Sell it.
where anybody can go, including grocery store
Right.
guys or anyone else. Like I just found potato chips here, right? So they got food on here. And there's a bunch of other
Uh-huh.
food and stuff.
Yeah. Hey, Jenny, I did sign up for that. I'm supposed to go this year. So, but I haven't signed up
Oh.
for anything on the Range Me site yet.
Well,
Yeah,
if you guys will post that on our Slack, that would be helpful because I don't have any of that information. That would be
sure.
really great.
Yeah, that'll be good. Wayne, I think it's just, it's the Flavors of Carolina, as you know. And that's gonna be in Concord. Do you know anything
Yes.
about that? Okay,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why I signed up for that. And I've just paid my fees, whatnot. So planning on being there.
yeah,
Good.
yeah,
Okay, so these guys, they do food. I think they probably do everything, be my guess if I haven't really dug into it. But if I can find this, I'm gonna take you to one other thing that we're gonna do here, if I'm able to find it. Okay. Now this gets a little weird and a little more dense, but I wanted to again introduce you to it. So Alibaba also owns a site called Tmall, Tmall. And Tmall is a B2C site. So it's you selling to Chinese consumers in this case. Okay, this is not wholesale. This is not, B2B. This is actually selling to Chinese consumers. And there are two models, and I think only one is going to apply to us. The first model is what's called just regular Tmall. And I don't know if you guys can see this or not.
Mhm.
Tmall is for companies that have physical presence in China. So that means you have a warehouse, you have a store, you have an office, you have something in China. And if you go to Tmall, you will see brands like Nike and Tesla and every major brand you can think of is on Tmall. And they are major US companies. Okay. There may be some small guys in there, but it's really not set up for small guys. It's set up for somebody who has operations in China. So I'd let you know about that. And it's $25,000 to set your store up. Interestingly, though, for this and the one I'm about to show you, they don't have to approve you. It's open enrollment. Anybody can join if you pay the money, which is kind of cool. So now one way you can get on Tmall if you absolutely feel you have to is you could contract with a Chinese logistics company to store your products in China for sale in China. And in that case, you would be considered to have a Chinese operation. Some people do that. I don't know if any of you heard of a brand called Scout. It's products like purses and stuff like that. That's what they do. They actually don't have anything in China other than warehouses where they store their product and ship it. They're a fairly good sized company, don't get me wrong, but they're a little different. So then there is what I'm talking to you guys about, and this is called Tmall Global. So one is called Tmall, the other is called Tmall Global. And by definition, Tmall Global is for companies that do not have a presence in China. So in effect, this is for e-commerce businesses. Let's see here. Okay, let's see if we can translate here. Translate, okay, I don't know. All right, it's attempting to translate. So now this is more like an Amazon or Etsy or any of those kinds of things, with the exception that the daily traffic is 100 million people. Okay, so it's a different league. It's really crazy. At certain times of the year, it will be several billion people a day. So it's a whole different ball game. It's an incredibly high traffic site. And this is a lot cheaper. I'm going to say this is $5,000 a year compared to Tmall Global, or rather Tmall, which is 25,000. So it is a lot cheaper. And I don't know if we can find, let me see if I can find any American company just for the hell of it. I don't even know how it works. Okay, well, here's a company. I don't even know what it's saying to me there. Sorry, pal. I don't know what you're saying. Okay, so here's Fender electric guitar. Obviously, Fender's a pretty good sized company. And I also point out that almost everybody who is on Tmall is also on Tmall Global. They do both, right? It's just different markets. But here's Fender selling Fender electric guitars on a Chinese site. And I think my software is attempting to translate it, but you can kind of see that it's kind of wonky. But people can buy Fender guitars directly on here. Let's see here. I know another one. Let's see if these guys are on here. Okay, let's see. This, I think this is it. I'm not sure. So Bissell makes a product, although it's not showing up, so sorry. Let me get out of here. Well, I can't seem to find it. Bissell makes a vacuum cleaner that's specifically designed for China. And China, people don't have rugs. They have hardwood floors, almost all. So their thing is for really cleaning hardwood floors. And it sells for about $120. They sold 1 million of them in one day in November on this site. It's by far the largest market for Bissell, which is based in Ohio and been in business for 100 years. They sell an insane number of products in China, as an
Crazy.
example. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
So I don't want to go into it because we'll get lost in space, but there is an event in China every year, and it's called 11/11 Day. And 11/11 Day is somewhat equivalent to Black Friday in the US. Okay. Black Friday in the US, we all know about. It's usually in November before Christmas shopping. And Amazon and everybody promotes it. And there's also Black Monday or Cyber Monday. There's all these different events. Just to give you an idea, they do, Amazon and those guys, I think they do about 10 billion in sales on Black Friday or whatever it's called. 11/11 is a totally different thing, but it's a similar concept. It's a day where there's all kinds of deals on all the Chinese websites. I believe this is right. I believe they sold $80 billion worth of products in one day. So by orders of magnitude compared to Amazon, it's 8 to 10 times bigger as a marketplace. I just wanted to let you know about that. And there's one other thing I'm going to show you, and this, I don't believe, let's see if it'll translate. It might, kind of, sort of. So I'm just going to tell you about this. You can't go on this website, I don't think, unless they've opened it up. It's called Taobao. And the insane thing about Taobao, it's more like Etsy than anything else I can compare it to. Has lots of homemade products made in China by people. There are things called Taobao villages, where the entire village is employed making items to sell on this marketplace. There's an estimated 10 million Chinese people working full-time making products for this site. Just to give you an idea, Taobao. And they make all kinds of stuff like Etsy. Obviously, they're making stereo stuff, all kinds of stuff. But this is a big employer in rural China. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people are employed making shoes, making stuff, and it's all sold on this website, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. I don't believe American companies are allowed on this site, but that's subject to change. I haven't really delved into that because I don't understand what it says anyway. So what the hell do I want to be on the site, right? The other thing you see with Taobao that's kind of interesting, in the rural fishing areas of China where people fish, they have 100,000 rural Chinese employed doing nothing but live streaming fishermen and farmers selling their products. That's what they do full time. They use their smartphone. They're in the middle of nowhere and they live stream the harvest of the fish or the farming. And I think I've shown some examples before, but that's a crazy business too. You just, a ton of people doing really weird things in China. Any questions, thoughts about that?
What was the name of, how do you spell that site? Do you know?
Yeah,
KAVO?
it's, hold on one second, I'll get it for you. It's called, TAOBAO, Tabo.
TABAO.
No, TAOBAO,
Okay.
Tabo. If you put it in Google, it will blow your mind of all the stuff that's going on at that place. And that's the small site, right? That's not Tmall. Tmall is the big boy. Tmall
Yeah.
is in the billions. It's a whole different ballgame. But there are a lot of
Amazing.
American companies, and it just so happens that the Chinese consumers prefer American companies for a whole bunch of reasons. And there are certain product categories that the American companies dominate. One is food. I know that for a fact. Any kind of cosmetic or soap or any of that kind of stuff that is, quote, clean or organic or any of that kind of stuff, they eat it alive. One of this little company is a lady in Ohio with a cosmetic company. So what they do every year is they have a promotion where they pick 10 little American companies to participate in 11/11 day. So that's millions of companies apply and only 10 get picked. And then they get promoted on this day, this equivalent of Black Friday. This little company in Ohio sold $5 million worth of cosmetics in 23 minutes.
Oh, gosh.
That's uncanny.
They just totally blew them apart. So there are opportunities here, and I'm working hard to build a relationship with the Alibaba team in New York, which actually are Americans for the most part. So if we can kind of let them know we're out here and kind of work with them when they come across these promotional opportunities, hopefully they'll think about us. And if you guys, have a site on Tmall or on the Alibaba B2B that I showed earlier, then you're likely to have these opportunities. They might do a video. They might, if they pick you for 11/11 day, just plan to retire the next day because it's all over.
I'm just wondering, how do you make that much product that quick? I mean, you get that many
I
and you're
don't
not used
know.
to it. It's like, oh.
Well, it doesn't, quick doesn't really have anything to do with it. I think you just have to make it.
Yeah.
And the definition of Tmall Global is so great because the buyer knows you're not in China by definition, right? So there is no expectation for 1-day shipping or any of that. It could take weeks, and that's not a problem for Tmall Global. It's a problem for Tmall. If you're on Tmall, they assume your stuff's in China and you can ship right away, just like Amazon. But if you're Tmall Global, whatever you say on your site, that's what it is, And the other thing that people do, and I don't want to get too much into the weeds, but there are a number of resources on Alibaba where you can buy products yourself that you may want to sell, and you could sell just those in China, and they're already in China, so it'll get there faster. If you're buying some manufactured products from China, you could list them on your Tmall Global or your Alibaba site, and it's already in China, so you don't have to play that game. You can sell products made in China in China. That's a possibility for you to keep in mind. I know I'm throwing a lot of weird stuff at you. All I'm trying to really do is point out the size of the opportunity. The potential size is really, really big. And this is just China. I'm not talking about Japan, not talking about Canada, Western Europe. England, for example, is a huge market for certain products. So there's a lot of opportunity in all of this. And one of the key things that I want to stress is you need to have a platform where you can participate. And that's an important point. Just because you have a website in the US does not mean you are ready for global trade. Trust me. Okay, there's a lot more to it than that. And that's why I like the Alibaba thing I showed you earlier, the B2B, this thing. If you're on there, you're good to go worldwide.
Global trade.
Yep. That's what you will use to fulfill your global orders. It will not be your US website. Okay?
And is the
Yeah.
same true with Tmall Global? Does that take care of the same stuff that Alibaba does?
Well, it's also Alibaba. They own that
That-
also.
That's right.
So
That's right.
it's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. I don't know if Alibaba builds you a Tmall site or not. I just haven't dug into that. My guess is they do because they don't want there to be friction between the Chinese consumer and you. So if I had to bet, I would say for your $5,000 that you pay to be on Tmall Global, I'm pretty sure that includes your storefront. I would imagine, but I'm not 100% sure.
You
But the
said
way they
that-
do things, I would say yes.
You say
Um,
they see value in American brands. I mean,
Oh my
do you
God,
see that translating to boutique chocolates as well.
absolutely, everything.
I want, I wonder, Dennis, this is just throwing a curveball, but I
Thank you.
wonder if, I was wondering, like, with just us on this class, if we could come together. I mean, I'm just asking if that would work. Come together as a team and then sell on Alibaba Global.
Well, I'm kind of sort of working on that, and here's what I'm trying to do. The answer is no, we're not going to be able to do it that way because you're all different businesses and you
Right.
have different fulfillment. So that I don't think that's going to work. But what might work is I'm working with a company on maybe creating a marketplace just for us, for our companies. And
Oh,
that
nice.
marketplace, I think I could
That'd be
get.
great.
I could get that on Alibaba. I'll just show it real quick. This is not supposed to be public, but let me see if I can find this. I live my life searching email for crap that I can't find. Hold on. I'll try to find it here.
Welcome to my world, and it's sitting in front of me.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hold on one second here. Okay. Okay. Hold on one second. That's not it. Okay. Okay. So let me know if you can see this when it comes up. Famous last words. Doesn't look like it's working too well. Okay. Okay. Can you guys see this?
Hudson Valley, yes.
That's Farm and Fleet. Okay, this is a company, and their overall name is called Doorstep Market, and they're national in scope. And what they do is they basically have a marketplace where you can sell products. Most of it is artisan type products, but food, art, etc. And the beauty of it is they do the transaction for you, but you get all the customer data. So you get the email and all that kind of stuff, and you're expected to fulfill the order to them. So what they're working on with me, if we can work this out, this right here, Farm and Flee, is a big, well-known event in the Hudson Valley every October. And everybody who's in this space tries to get in that show. It's an actual event at a place in the Hudson Valley. So in this case, they have built kind of a specialized website just for this event. And the participants are just the people that are going to be selling at this event, as opposed to selling on this website as a whole. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like a custom marketplace for people who are going to be participating in the farm and flea market. And it's trying to give them the opportunity to sell stuff online before the event. That's the idea behind it. So what I'm hoping to be able to do is create something similar for North Carolina or for Eastern North Carolina, or some subset where you all can put your stuff on here. Like you can see here, it's got pictures and all this kind of stuff. You contact the maker, share it, etc. And you can buy the products through this platform, add to cart. It's like a centralized cart, but you don't have to pay the credit card fee. So it's a little bit different. And they also try to be really careful with who's on it. They want really high quality brands on here. So I'm working on the possibility of something like this for our area, for North Carolina, or maybe it'll be, I don't know what the hell we'll call it, but I've got a call with them tomorrow. And I think I could get this onto Alibaba, this website. I think it would pass the test of being enterprise quality, ability to handle high volume, et cetera, et cetera. And you all could be the participating makers on it. Does that make sense?
That'd be sweet.
That'd be really good.
Yeah.
There's a
Very
chocolate company.
good.
There's a chocolate company right there.
Heck yeah.
And see, and the other thing is you control, each maker controls their website. So you write the text, you put the pictures. They're not in that business. They have nothing to do with that. You have to do, you can put up videos, all this stuff, your products, that's all you. You do all that on the system.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll see if I can pull that together. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to. It depends how much they want to charge. As long as it's free, we can do it.
Well, if not, maybe we could all pitch in a little.
Well, yeah, if it's a reasonable number, I'm just a little bit concerned. I'm trying to downplay and say how little we are, and we're rural. We don't have a damn thing, and hopefully my little effort will work to make it affordable one way or the other. This site gets millions and millions of visitors. It gets a lot of traffic from all over the country. They're in New England. They're in San Francisco. They got a lot of wineries, all kinds of really cool stuff. This is their San Francisco operation. Again, all of these companies are in charge of their own presentation and their own products. Now they charge a 15% commission for sales. No charge up front. But if you sell something through it, they're going to take 15%. That's how they make money.
So they also take care of the credit card fees.
Yes, that's my understanding. Of course, I'll say that, and they won't, right? But that's my understanding. One of the things that's really cool that I like that they can do and that we could do, this is an example of an experience. So you could put together an experience. In this case, they've got people going by a creamery, an oyster farm, a bakery, a meadery, a veggie farm, etc. They're charging $195 a person. So you could do that kind of thing on here as well, which would be kind of cool. Or get other players with you to do a tour, other participants in your area. So that's kind of cool. And this particular one is not an online experience. This is an actual experience. But I think you could do online experiences as well. The thing that they promote is their reach. The fact that they can get a lot more people here than you're going to be able to get to your particular. I just want to see one thing here. Let's see here. I don't know where these guys are. Oh, seafood. Okay. So this, I don't know if any of y'all have been out to California and you're familiar with this company, Hog Island Oysters. But they have restaurants and oyster bars all over San Francisco, all over California. So they're on here as well. So that's an example of a company that's quite large and does quite well. And they're still on here because it gets them business that they otherwise wouldn't get. So in this case, they're shipping oysters directly from their operation. So it's kind of cool. I like the people. I think it's a very high quality type of thing. It's just a question of how much they want to charge. This is their Hudson River. And this is basically the area north of New York City all the way to Albany. There's a lot of artisan things going on there, product wise. They got clothing, jewelry, all different kinds of things. So we'll see how it goes. I'm optimistic at this point that we might be able to do something.
That sounds great, Dennis. It looks, it's all, you got all kind of hidden things up there in your sleeve.
Yeah, I'm really struggling with how to really grow, to drive traffic to your websites. And, The problem with a lot of the solutions that are out there is that it's priced for each individual website, and that's a pain in the ass, right? So if we have a group of people that feel like comfortable with each other, and have some degree of control over the content, right? It's your brand, it's your company. So you don't want somebody you don't know saying stuff about you or putting pictures up. So what I've seen so far, I like their approach. They really don't want to be in your business. All they want to do is be a market and drive traffic. That's what they do. And I like that. It's better than Amazon, because Amazon won't give you any customer data, right? You won't know. You won't have the email address of that person who buys from you on Amazon. So these guys let you have that. And I think that's a really big deal personally, as one example. And they have pretty high traffic, I think, as well. So we'll see kind of where that goes, but that's on my radar at the moment. So let's see what else. Oh, I'm going to show you all one other thing, and this is really in the weeds. I apologize, but I just want you to know about this. And so if you wonder why I know stuff about your website, this is why. Okay, this is a website called BuiltWith, BuiltWith.com, BuiltWith.com, and it's a free website. And they do have different services, but you can put any URL here, and it will analyze what technology is being used by that website. It'll also tell you how much that person's spending on their website, and it will tell you the traffic ranking of the website. So it's got a lot of really good information. Here is an example of the technology profile of this particular case. And the first thing I always go to look is, who are they using for e-commerce? And you can see here, it's Shopify. Right? It's Shopify. So that saves you a lot of time. If you like a website, you see what they're doing, you can get a lot of ideas of what apps to use, a lot of information on this site. So BuiltWith.com. This is the abbreviated version of the technology.
Build, B-U-I-L-D.
T, built.
Built with.
BuiltWith.com.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So in this case, like here, it shows you which Shopify theme they use and which apps they use in Shopify. So here's I didn't know Shopify even had this app, shipping to 200 countries out of your Shopify. So
Wow.
I changed my mind on what I said earlier. I think you can ship from your Shopify site. Apparently. What do I know, right? I was trying to get anything else I wanted to show you. This is that company. Really, what they all do is they all have social media sites as well as these Chinese sites. They all have Facebook. They all have Instagram, etc. I've yet to see one that doesn't. This video I will attempt to get. This is behind a paywall, so I'll try to get this video. This is a video of how to start exporting right from soup to nuts. It's an hour long. And I'll post it in our YouTube channel when I figure out how to download it. That'll be helpful, I think. So I think that's all I have for today.
Very good. I mean, good info.
Yeah, and I think that I'll keep working on this doorstep market thing. I've been working on that for about a month, and they've come a long way, whether they know it or not. So hopefully that'll be an option for us, to try to maybe participate in some of these other channels, or even just generally increase traffic to your website. What's wrong with that, right? Nothing. So that's it. That's all I got for today.
Well, you always great class.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Zach.
Getting to understand for these marketplaces is it's definitely a big thing to pick up for me for this class. It's great.
Yeah, and it's a lot. I mean, it's not like a trivial, read a 3-sentence paragraph and you know it all. It's actually a very enormous ecosystem, and because of the pandemic, a lot of things have changed. There's so many more people online. I mean, it's like 100 times more people online buying than there was a year ago, and it grows every day. And certain categories, a lot of people are saying we'll never go back to non-e-commerce. They'll always stay e-commerce because they like selling in China and selling $23 million worth of stuff in 5 minutes or whatever, right? Who's against that? Nobody, right? So it's all a learning thing. I just wanted to introduce you to it. And, this recording, of course, will be in YouTube if you want to see it again. And I've got an Alibaba team, hopefully behind us, that you can call. I'll connect you with them so you'll be able to talk to the real deal, and they can work with you specifically. At the same time, I'll be working on this group site, I guess the best way to put it, this doorstep market idea. If I can get that into some of these marketplaces, then that's a good thing. That would save everybody money, and you really want to see, will it work, right? You don't want to spend $25,000 and it not work, right? So that's part of my motivation, is to figure out a way to lessen the risk of trying some of these things.
Hell
I
yeah.
think it's a great idea and you do a great job. There's so much overwhelming information and just in the classes. It's like, is there someone in business that can help assist with what you've taught us?
Yeah, all it does is cost money,
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Where is it lining
Hell,
up?
I'll
I
retire
know.
and do it. You guys hire me, I won't have to do this anymore.
There you
I'll
go.
do it.
You're hired in the
All right.
subject.
You can't afford to, trust me. Trust me.
Find the first thing you need to do is find that investor
Yeah,
to help
that's right. You need someone with a lot of money that they don't mind losing for a while.
for a while.
Yeah.
You get me set up, I'll do the investor. You damn right, Skippy.
Yeah. All right, Skippy. Well, we'll see everyone tomorrow. We're going to do some more on exporting. And Thursday, just to kind of give you a heads up, there is a company that is actually funded by Google and others, including NC Idea, who funded us. And it's called Code the Dream. And they're in Durham. And they are supposed to offer free technology consultation to participants in our accelerator. And it's taken me this entire time to figure out how to work with them. But their CEO is going to give a talk on Thursday to show you how to work with them. And they have, they're nationwide. They have offices everywhere, but their headquarters is in Durham. They're really good, and they're either free or close to it for a lot of stuff. Not free for everything, but you can get, they're a full-blown technology company they're nonprofit, and they're supposed to help people like us. So that CEO is going to be our speaker on Thursday, assuming he shows up. And one thing I've learned about dealing with nonprofits is they deal with life in their own way, and it's not the same as the way businesses work. So hopefully this guy will show up, and if he does, it'll be helpful. If he doesn't, then I don't know what we'll do. We'll do something else.
We'll hire you, Dennis.
That's right. You hire me, and I'll be sitting here in Pink Hill throwing Chinese phrases at you. I'm Young Kong, Young Kong. Oh no. All right.
Hello.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you
Night,
tomorrow.
John Boy.
All right.